What is up, nerds and noobs? Welcome back to another tutorial made by Maceblade. Today we are going to do the basic of the most basic experiences and basic tutorials. We're going to do the first thing you should do when you load in your basic process, and, well, I guess we'll just see when we get to it. Let's hop into it. This is a brand new build, 360-day year time. It's just week. Usually can, like on mine, I can control how many days before they attack me, and I have mine set to 10 just because it's easier to remember 10, 20, 30, 40 opposed to 7, 14, 21, 28. You know, it's just easier to keep track of. Granted, it turns red and everything like that when it's, when it's corpse time, but, whatever. It's teach their own. All right, so first thing we're going to do. Now, I did a game where you spawn in completely naked. You have nothing other than yourself. Some of you may start with the gift pack, whatever you want to do. I'm just doing it, like I said, basic of basic. So here you are, a noob. You're going to want to pick up sticks and stones because ultimately those are your first tools. We're going to start in the Stone Age, and we'll advance. So you want to pick up your sticks, get some sticks, get some stones. Now, we're going to go into our hammer. This is our first crafting thing, and we want to get kind of a plan of what we're going to go here. Stone axe. We need a stone axe. So let's get making that. Now, our priorities are going to be stone axe, construction hammer, probably a wooden spear, and they call it a sword, but it's actually just a knife, So, but to get a construction hammer, you need a log. In order to get a log, you need an axe to chop down a tree. A wooden spear, you can apparently make that without a knife. I thought you'd need a knife, but so let's make a wooden spear, and we'll put that right in our inventory because just in case we get attacked by zombies, you want to have a spear. Spears are nice, and we'll make a stone sword because you can whittle down logs, and you just need it to hunt. All right, so with that being said, let's chop down our first tree. Now, chop down a tree, and then we're going to have a watch out for the tree. It will kill you if it lands on you, and they do have weird pathing. Sometimes you got to crouch to chop it up. I don't know, it can be weird. Alright, got to rearrange our stones here. Okay, so we got our log. Alright, let's go construct our construction hammer. This is the advancement. This is when you go from like the Stone Age to whatever's between there and the Bronze Age. All right, so we got our hammer now. Loot this. Now, while we have this up, we're gonna want to go to our skills. We're gonna see our blunt weapons poor. Obviously, we haven't done anything. That's all of our skills, everything you're going to need to focus on: tailoring, engineering, electrification, mechanical, agriculture, cooking, metallurgy, medicine, you can read. So let's figure out what we need to make a processing table. We need 1 log and 3 stone. Now the processing table is super simple. That's the only thing it requires. Let's just learn it and be done with it. All right. Now we've unlocked this entire second tier right here. All right. We need logs for boards. So you know what? We got an abundance of logs. Let's loot one. And we will practice. We'll raise that one right now. Okay, clay for a charcoal furnace. You will need this. I don't know how high priority you want to go, but I recommend going with as soon as you unlock boards, come over here. You're going to need to make the bench. So let's go to our hammer, and then let's just craft a bench. It's going to be under synthesis, crafting bench. Now this is, going to be your start of how you start advancing and making a better base. Okay. I don't remember how many rocks I had in there. I need a toolbox. Now, in order to get a toolbox, I have to go start looting. Okay, I'm not going to go over looting too much, just for the simple fact that everybody knows how to loot. Okay, so I took the liberty of pausing the video and cropping out how long it actually took me to find a toolbox. It took me a minute. I had to go a couple houses, and I ended up finally finding one along with some other stuff before I actually got one. So we're going to go and put our last toolbox in here. Now, what we need to do is we're going to make some room here. And to make a board, which we've already researched, we need to access this, and it takes one log per, I think it's 5 boards or 4 boards. Might be 4 boards. Might even be 2 boards. I can't remember at this point. But you take your logs, you put them in here, and you start crafting your boards. Now you can only select 2 because we only have 2 logs. Now what we're going to do is it takes a bit, so we're going to come grab 2 more really quick, and then we're going to go back to the table. Now the reason why I say go back to the table is because as of right now, unless he patches, you have to be in this box in order to raise your skill with, this. So just sit in here. While you're in here, you can eat, you can replenish your things, and it's 4 boards per log. And and if you find some books, not these ones, these are schematics, but if you find some books, some learning books, volume 1s, because you'll be at a skill level of 0. So if you find some volume 1s, you can read the books while this stuff makes, and you can sit here and work other skills like electrification or basically any other skill other than these. So, we got 2 more logs, might as well make 2 more. And, oh, crap. I almost made a hammer. So no, that's another thing you got to check. Is every time you enter this thing, it's going to automatically put you on hammer. So just be aware. I almost freaking made hammers, and hammers apparently don't take long to make in this. So the sticks, or the wooden spears, take like no time to make. They're easiest because you can throw a ton of sticks in here and just make a bunch of wooden sticks or wooden spears. And the wooden spears will increase your skills as well, and they're just easy to make. I mean, with how much, their cost, it's just super easy. And sticks are abundantly, available now that you have an axe, and I'll show you. Because the next thing we're going to work on is making a bed. So we take our construction hammer out, and we want a bed. The reason why you want a bed is because you need a place to respawn. You need a place to, or if you're at a vendor and it's starting to get nighttime and you don't want to run all the way back, you make your bed. To make your bed, you need 6 wooden sticks and 20 plant fibers. Now, where do you get those? Easy breezy. You take your handy axe out and you chop one of these down. You usually end up with like 5 fibers and 2 sticks, and they're just a couple whacks, finish them up, and now you can make your bed. Now the fibers are also used for roofing, but that's in another video. But just keep that in mind so you don't get rid of your fibers. They're small, they stack up pretty high, so I wouldn't go dismissing them quite yet. So now what we're going to do is, now that we got enough, loot these sticks that happen to be right here. We're going to come over to our bed. We're going to hit F to autofill with everything we've got. We make a bed. Now, when we access our bed, we can sleep here, which increases your mentality. You can set it as a resurrection point, so now anytime you die, this is where you respawn. And it's just really handy to have. Okay, now we got, 13 sticks. We can make 13 spears. Max you can do is 9. But it doesn't take long to do, and like I said, it raises your skill. So, if it's nighttime and you want to raise your skill, your weapon manufacturing skill specifically, you just sit here, you eat your food, you read your magazines, you wait for night to finish. You do whatever you want to. I'm going to cancel that because this is just a demo, or this is just a training video, and I don't really care to raise that skill right now. So, now, what we want to learn is we want to unlock this. So we need an engineering grade 1. What is our engineering? We are at a 0. How do you make engineering go up? You build. So, now we have to start building things. Build a generic fort. We'll go flush with the ground. So when you originally select your foundation, you can have a wood foundation, a stone foundation. You see that it costs 20 stone, costs 6 logs, and then you have, a little bit later on, you can have a concrete foundation. But we'll just stick with this one here. You see how it's sitting on the ground right now. If you hold shift and you scroll down, it'll lower it. And sometimes you need to do this if you're building on a slope and or on a hill, and you want to be as close to possible. Just that's what you do. But in order to raise this, now you need to chop more trees. Alright, so let's see here. Our engineering is up a little bit, not really that good. It's going to take a while for that to go up. Maybe not a super long time, but it's you're going to have to work on it. Let's make some boards. Let's get out our hammer, and we're going to build a fire. Just a bonfire, it's called. It's going to want to snap. It's going to snap weird. You can hit G, and you can place it wherever you want to. It takes 1 stick, 6 stones. So we'll do that real quick. Now the best part about is that it doesn't take. You don't need to find a match, or you don't need to find any way of starting it. You just need fuel for it, and the fuel for it is going to be more sticks or logs. Whichever you prefer. And you come up to your fire, put it in it. Okay, now throw a log in it, increase your burn time to 120. The max you can go on a bonfire is 600, so you cannot go any higher than 600. Throw your meat on here that you found, and cook that. Or the rabbit. If you kill the rabbit with a spear or a gun or whatever you manage to have at the time, you cook it right here, and you can raise that. And that raises your protein. Okay, so that's protein. You're going to find that your hardest thing to raise is going to be your thirst. It's going to just be one of those pains in the asses that you have to constantly watch. So you're going to need to find water bottles. You're going to need to find, or you can unlock a pot. So you can make, boil water and stuff like that. You're going to need it. The rainwater collector, you need that. So you can collect rainwater when it rains. But if you build on water, you don't necessarily need the rainwater collector because it's not purified anyway. All right. So now, when you build your base further off, I have a base right here. I don't have access to a lake anywhere nearby, so I had to build a rainwater collector, which was soon upgraded to a well, etc. But that is how you build a basic bonfire. You build your basic structures, and that's kind of what you first want to set out to do. You really want to try to get established as soon as possible and just start unlocking things. Cultivation boxes are good. Drying racks, smoking racks, whatever you want to call them, are good because any meat that you don't want to cook, you can just turn into jerky, and you've seen that jerky can last a while. Cultivation boxes are for growing if you find seeds and stuff. And you can raise your agriculture skill. Raising the agriculture skill I had an issue with. I actually found books and had to train in it with a merchant. But, other than that, that's also other ways to do it is each merchant around here, represented by these little, friendly peoples, do different things and sell different things. I believe this guy sells guns. I believe this guy sells clothes. This guy sells livestock. Oh no, this guy's livestock. This guy's livestock. This guy sells guns. This guy sells books that you can repair kits for cars. This guy sells book that you can raise your skills with. This guy sells solar panels and water filters, and this guy sells schematics that you will need to unlock future skills. For instance, these are called schematics, so advanced chemical reaction, which is basically making fuel and making rubber. This solar group drawing, so you can make solar panels to power your base and stuff like that. things down here. You know, you need a thermal generator to make a thermal generator schematic to make a thermal generator. Fuel machining table. You need machining table drawings. The machining tables are nice. They run off electricity. They do basically everything that your table that you already built can do, but it does it electrically and has a little bit more options. Okay, with that being said, the next really big step you have to work on, as you can see, my guy's getting thirsty already, is finding water. Water bottles, I'd always check a refrigerator. Always check the cabinets, cupboards, anywhere near a sink. You're almost guaranteed to find a water bottle. You go to the stores, or if you manage to stumble into the mall has all kinds of water bottles and wine and food. You know, grocery stores, gas stations, you're going to find a water bottle. You know, so it's not that far out of reach. You just have to go and look. And, you know, with that being said, the more you build, the higher engineering skills. I think that if you destroy shit that you build, it will raise your engineering skill, if you need to raise your engineering skill. So, you know, you could build stuff. If you have plenty of material, you could build stuff and you could destroy it just to raise them skills. Like if you need like a half a point, or I don't even know, you could do that. And that is your basic tutorial. That is as simple as you can get. How to survive, how to start out, and I will be doing more advanced ones. I did a semi-advanced building one yesterday that you are welcome to look at if you browse my YouTube. And I stream generally every day. So if everybody has any questions, you can hit me on the Discord, the official Discord, or you can hit me on, you know, while I'm streaming, and I'll answer your questions to the best of my ability. All right, nerds, get wrecked, have fun, and kill some fucking zombies. Peace.